following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Finn here on the NRLOA channel, and we are here at Daytona. We are back at Daytona. Ready for the summer race at Daytona. The Valvoline 400 tomorrow evening on Napa Fan. It will be under the lights. We're not under the lights right now because we are qualifying for the Valvoline 400. This, the uncharted qualifying session. Fastest two in this session will advance on and race with the other 40 full-time drivers. They will also attempt for the pole with the other 40 full-time drivers. And unlike the first qualifying session we had here at Daytona, back when we did the Daytona 500 in February, this one is done like the rest of them, so it'll be a little bit more interesting here because not as much time for these guys to qualify as there were in Daytona 500 qualifying. So, this is Ashlin Boyd, once again. Between Ashlin Boyd and Colton Yo, they've made 6 starts this season. I believe the Master might have also made the Daytona 500, so this car has been in 7 of the 14 races, I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know what? No, Master did not make it when he drove in the duels back when we were at Daytona at the beginning of the season. I can't quite remember, but I do know this 36 has been in many races so far this season, and they have done a great job. How about Nathan Baird? He's in the 71 this weekend, driving for Titan Fury Motorsports. Dale Salzmann back for Tanker. Jordan Lopes, his second straight attempt in the number 98. And you got the 18 of Alex Mann, who came oh so close to beating Nicholas Wade in Michigan in the Turkey Hill Series last weekend. 97 is Alex Bonsignor. Have to see what Bonsignor can do tomorrow night. He made the Daytona... No, actually, he did not make the Daytona 500, excuse me. He did actually attempt the Daytona 500. So this is his second time attempting here at Daytona this year. The other two guys, that is Mark Davidson. I believe this is his first attempt for North State Racing. And the 85 of Josh Crash. And I believe those are the 8 drivers making it, or, yeah, winning the Turkey Hill hot seat this weekend. And the 8 drivers looking to make it into the Valvoline 400 tomorrow. So we'll have to see how it all goes down here. As number 36 of Ashlin Boyd. First driver to fully complete a lap. Got Alex Bonsignor drafting him, however. That is the key here at Daytona with qualifying. And that 97 is going to be fast, as you can see. A second faster than Alex Mann in the 18, and nearly a second faster than the guy in front of him, Ashlin Boyd. And it looks like you got Josh Crash on Mark Davidson here. These two guys will most likely be pretty fast. The rest of the field out there, they're all by themselves. So it's going to either be Josh Crash, Mark Davidson, Alex Bonsignor, or Ashlin Boyd, most likely making it on the show because we don't have that much time left here in uncharted qualifying at Daytona. And Bonsignor advanced his time right there, even though they were going side by side there. So these guys picking up the speed. We'll check and see where these guys are. They did not advance inside the top 2. So right now it's Ashlin Boyd and Alex Bonsignor. They're working with each other to be the 2 guys to make it in. That is the key to getting in. You help a guy out, they help you out. There are 2 spots, and it might just be these 2 guys. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure it was the 97 and the 36 last time. I think the 85 made it at Michigan. I don't think the 36 made it last weekend. I believe it was Nick Smith who made it onto the NRLOA 500 for Friesen Motorsports. But don't quote me on that because I can't remember anything. Mark Davidson in the 67. I believe this is his first attempt of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. North State has, for the most part, been Noah Clifton and Nick Smith, I believe. Cameron Guy just made a couple starts, but Davidson hasn't been anywhere to be found as of this season for the number 67. But I do believe he's going to attempt, or, well, I know he's attempting because there he is. But I do believe he'll probably get some more good runs as the season goes along. And we'll probably see him in that 67 a couple more times during these uncharted qualifying sessions. But Anyways, it is Alex Bonsignor and Ashlin Boyd, the top two fastest, and only unless these guys they stay in a single file line, I don't think they're going to catch up to the 97 and 36. These guys are obviously not as fast as those two drivers who are going to most likely advance. Bonsignor, I believe, is going for his third race of the season, because I believe he made it at Talladega, made it at California, won that race. He's going for a second win of the season. And it looks like he's going to get there, as he is the fastest guy in this uncharted session. I believe the time's going to run out right here. We'll see what these guys can do. And if they can't do anything, that'll be it. And they won't do anything. So, 30 more seconds added on. That is not enough time for those guys to make it back around, unfortunately. So it will be Alex Bonsignor and Ashlin Boyd making it on to the Valvoline 400. They will qualify along with the other 40 full-time drivers here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Of course, this one of my favorite races to do. It's always a short one here at Daytona. Under the lights tomorrow. We're not going to be during the day like we are right now, so that's going to change things up. But it is Bonsignor and Boyd making it on to the big show. Ashlin Boyd, I believe that's his third start of the season, and same with Alex Bonsignor. They have been really good in these uncharted qualifying sessions so far, and they're going to be racing in tomorrow's 32-lap race here at Daytona. Let's go ahead, set the starting lineup for the Valvoline 400 right now. Full-time pole qualifying for the Valvoline 400 at Daytona. And here we go, we're ready to qualify for the Valvoline 400. Race 15 of the season tomorrow night on Napa Fan at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And today, we're going to qualify the rest of these guys. And yeah, Blaine Keys, looks like he's going to be the first driver out there in the 64. He was one of those guys who was running up front in the NRLOA 500 last weekend, but that late caution really messed up a lot of people. And fortunately for Stuart Gratton, who was the dominant guy, he did get the win, but didn't work out too well for Blaine Keys. He's still last in the points coming into this race. Let's see how it all goes down. Back in the American flag scheme. Last time Christian Vargas drove the American flag scheme. That was Coke 600 2 weeks ago. Got the win. So we'll have to see if those American flag machines do well tomorrow night. It will be under the lights here at Daytona, so keep that in mind. We're not going to be racing during the daytime. We're just qualifying during the day. Diego Yepes is out here, and this is a lot different than Daytona 500 qualifying. This is the normal type of qualifying that we do here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Just one 10-minute session to set the field, so it's gas and go for this one. Stuart Gratton in the 25, I should say, not the 95. He is going to come into this race, the defending winner, 9th in the points, only 64 behind the points leader, and currently 9 ahead of the chase cutoff. And that chase cutoff is going to be very important as this regular season winds down. We are going to begin to focus on that a lot more. And Gratton, 9 points ahead of the cutoff coming into this race. Of course, it can swing just like that in a matter of one race. So you never know how it's all going to shake out. Like Juan Garcia, Cody Sill, watch out for the packs. The packs are going to be the guys who are going to be going the fastest here. No question about it. And you see all these guys coming onto the racetrack here. There's Christian Vargas, won 2 weeks ago at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You got Brad Stover here in the 99, who is our points leader, 402 coming into this event. Zachary Fitzwater had Isaac Nichols, or we're going to have Isaac Nichols in the booth with us later today for the Turkey Hill Series race here later tonight. Fresh from Florida Firecracker 200. 250, I should say, not 200. Gotta get those numbers right. We actually already recorded it, so I know he's going to be in there, and that's a guarantee as well. Whoopsie. Sorry, hit the wrong button. You know, it's just how it is for me. It's how it is for me lately. Juan Garcia right now the fastest. My goodness, that's close there as they split Jonathan Wall. Cody Sill second in the points coming into today's event. And remember, when we came here for the Daytona 500, this guy started on the pole and won the race. He is now the fastest guy, Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. Hanging on to the top position, and here we go. We're going to have a really big pack here. Ashlin Boyd in the middle of all this. Jordan Carter in the 26. And Richard Kingart, Patrick Smith, who comes into this race 2 points ahead of the cutoff. Ooh, we had an issue there. Some tire smoke. Of course, there are no cautions, and Jonathan Wong is destroyed in the 39. That is not good at all for him. Isaac Nichols, Zachary Fitzwater, a couple of the Australian drivers here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. 1-2 right now. Very fast for those guys. Got a pack here. I believe these guys will eventually form up with John Art, Luke Rainey. That is Julio Caesar, Jake Jefferson, Andrew Miller, Nicholas Samidia, Roger Ray. All the Zidell Motorsports guys are going to be in this pack, so they're working together to get a good run here. And it's just going to be a crapshoot to the end for this one. You see the top 10 there on your screen. Nichols, Fitzwater, Stover, Keys, Garcia, Juan Garcia, Cody Sill, Alexander Rowe. And think about Alexander Rowe. He is the defending winner of the Valvoline 400. Got to focus on him. Trying to find him on the racetrack. And there he is in the Napa machine. Leading this pack. He is right now not in the top 10. He was. He fell to 18th. And a lot of guys got good runs there that were not in the top 10 a while ago. So you see all these guys in this pack. Jesse Turner has joined the pack here. That's good news for him. Got Nicholas Samidio, John Arnold in this pack right here. When they're in the pack like this, though, they don't really get as fast speeds as if they're a little bit behind the pack and they close in. Hopefully Jonathan Wong will come back around and complete a full lap under speed. He, along with Trey Bartow, it might have been those two guys involved in the accident. So I don't even see Bartow. Yeah, Bartow's on the pit lane. He probably had an issue. Both of those guys have failed to complete a full lap under speed yet. So we'll have to see what they can do as the session goes along. They're closing in on Michael Canto here. That's Luke Rainey's teammate. By the way, I think the FIFA World Cup is beginning soon. And on the back of that car is Russia 2018. I really don't care about soccer, and I really don't think many Americans will this year. But there it is, just for your reference. It's been on there the entire season. I was kind of attentive to detail when I painted that car. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Bartow's getting back out there in the 4. Bartow's lucky enough. He'll end up coming out just behind this pack, but it looks like he's going to be ahead. So, he has just kind of come out just behind the pack. He could have possibly drafted on it, but that's a tough thing to do. That draft is going to be going much faster than a single car would be, so it'd be kind of hard to catch up like that. Ace Garcia in the 92 won the Meliello Smooth Fest when we came here back in February. He's 10th fastest, still going for his first career Napa fan win. His teammate is the defending winner of this race. Friesen Motorsports might be on a good rise for this one. And of course, Stuart Gratton's on a good rise because he just won the last race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. One of the biggest races of the season. Not the biggest, that's the Daytona 500. But the third biggest race, I would say, of the season, the NRLOA 500. And the good thing for him is he did, in fact, earn that victory. He was up front most of the run there at Michigan, and we'll have to see where he qualifies here today. That pack got split up as Juan Garcia was coming off, and even though it doesn't matter too much where you start here, it's still good to get a pole. Still feels good. Stuart Gratton, trying to locate him here. He is 24th right now, so not too bad. We'll have to see what he can do tomorrow night for the Valvoline 400. And speaking of Valvoline, this race would not be the Valvoline 400 if it were not for this guy. Matt Dalio in the number 79. Gave me this name back in 2014 when I was doing names. And this is one that has stuck ever since. Love the name for it. And of course, Matt Dalio in the Valvoline scheme for NRLOA Motorsports. Drafting Garrett Sonor. Those are a couple of guys who would love to get a victory here today. Or tomorrow night, I should say. Not going to get the win today because they're not racing today. But we'll have to see what they can do. How about Blaine Keys? He just went to second on the board. And number 64 with a very fast time right there to put him the second on the outside pole. See these guys all in this massive pack right here. It is still Isaac Nichols, fastest guy in qualifying. The funny thing is, we recorded the Turkey Hill Series race you guys are going to see on Napa Fan later tonight. Before we did the qualifying session here. So I didn't know he started on the pole for this race. And neither did he. And neither is he going to know until he watches this. But it looks to me like Isaac Nichols is going to do it there in the number 22. for Hamill Racing Enterprises. I think Hamill Racing Enterprises has gotten wins with their other 2 drivers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they have. Nathan Stapleton and Justin Roberts have both won, so Nichols trying to become the 3rd winner on that team, make it a sweep. As a matter of fact, even the number 18 has won with Cookie Helm, so all the other cars for Hamill Racing Enterprises have won races this season, except for Isaac Nichols, so we'll have to see what he can do. He came close at winning Las Vegas against John Stewart, could not get it done there. We'll have to see what he can do. It really does appear he'll start on the pole, especially, I mean, this being the biggest pack, it being slowed up there. I don't know if they're going to get much of a faster run from this point on. Bartow has joined a pack, which is good for him. He's 28th right now. Slowest guy's Justin Heath. Diego Yepes back in there. So, these guys looking to qualify well, and they're about running out of time here. Nathan Stapleton, you see him. He ended up pulling away from this pack. I'm going to wonder if that's going to benefit some of these guys, if they get a draft on them. It might slow them down a little bit, but we'll have to see. Aaron Walpole leading this pack right now in the 34. And we'll see where he comes out in relation to everybody else here. And 37th. It does not appear that he will advance his time either. So, that's going to do it. I do believe Isaac Nichols is going to get the pole, and that's quite a coincidence because I just did my first ever race with him earlier today. So, congratulations to Isaac Nichols, Hamill Racing Enterprises, with the pole position here at Daytona. It's interesting. It says complete. We don't have a time, but they keep on going. The clock is broken. Fascinating. But Nichols is most likely going to do it in the number 22, and that is a run that team would love to have. No question about it. And I'm not sure when this session's going to end because the clock is not done. I mean, they're still racing out there. Still running out there for practice, I should say. But it does say complete. And there is no extra time added on. I'm wondering if the clock just kind of broke there and we don't actually have the clock working, but we're going to end it here soon. Because this is rather interesting. I'm wondering if any of the times are advancing here. I mean, I highly doubt any of them would be because they've kind of maxed out on the speed at this point. They are, you know, still with a second away from each other throughout the entire field. That's how important the draft is in qualifying. I guess we're not there. There we go. Isaac Nichols wins the pole. I don't know where the clock went. That's interesting, but Nichols, fastest time in qualifying, and fascinatingly enough, I don't think we had any ties, and I will tell you that in Turkey Hill Series qualifying, of course we didn't actually show it to you guys, we had 7 guys tie for 1 position. So yeah, not the case here today. For Chick-fil-A Cup Series qualifying, everybody with a different time, so that is how they will line up for tomorrow night's Valvoline 400 from Daytona. 15th race of the season, the halfway point of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season. And our second time here at Daytona. It will be a great race tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to doing this 32-lap event over on Napa Fan at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Congratulations to Isaac Nichols, your winner of the pole for the Valvoline 400. He will lead the field to green flag tomorrow night. And that is it for me. Turkey Hill Series with Isaac Nichols. Going to be in the booth with us for the Fresh from Florida Firecracker 250 at 6 p.m. tonight over on Napa Fan. Thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you guys later.